Fancy Nancy come?
Can you read it?
Can you help me read it?
Yeah.
This is the book Fancy Nancy.
Can you read it?
Yes. No one knows Fancy like Nancy.
Okay. Say I love being fancy.
I love being fancy. My favorite color,
What's he said?
that's a fancy way of saying purple. I like to write my name with a pen that has a plume. That's a fancy way of saying feather. And I can't wait to learn French because everything in French sounds fancy. Nobody in my family is fancy at all. They
X-ray sprinkles.
There's a lot they don't understand. Like fancy socks really do help me play soccer better, and sandwiches definitely taste better when you stick in frilly toothpicks. A princess,
It's supposed to keep a tiara around.
what's a fancy girl to do? I ask.
My
Doll.
chandelier.
Her full name is Maribel Lavina Chandelier. Then I get an idea that is,
Stupendous.
that's a fancy word for great. Maybe I can teach my family how to be fancy. I make an ad and stick it on the fridge.
Come here, kids.
Yeah, knock on the door. Soon there's a knock on my door. My family saw the ad and they want to get started.
Right away.
The trouble is my family doesn't own any fancy clothes. That's okay. I go get, what's that fancy word?
Oh yes. It was like accessories.
Yeah. Ooh la la.
This one needs cash.
That's a fancy word for fancy.
Yeah.
My mom twirls in front of the mirror.
And what's she saying?
Why don't we go somewhere?
Fancy tonight.
How about dinner?
The
The
king's
King's Crown.
crown. My papa did that.
Wow! My parents are acting fancier already. May I escort you lovely ladies outside? The limousine is waiting. My dad is our,
Chauffeur.
that's a fancy word for driver.
Can I have some more noodles?
When we arrive at the King's Crown, everybody looks up. They probably think we're movie stars. I am so proud of my whole family. They eat with their pinkies up and they call each other
Talking.
darling.
Yeah.
Yeah. For dessert, let's have,
Parfait.
my mom says, that's French for ice cream sundaes.
For parfaits.
Yeah, amazing.
My mom knows French.
Mm-hmm. When our parfaits are ready, I curtsy and say,
Merci.
merci. I carry the tray like a fancy waiter. Oops,
I tripped.
I slip. And the tray?
And the things are looking at her.
Yeah, they're looking at her. The tray does a double flip. What did she say?
I don't be fancy no more. Don't be fancy no more.
I want.
Go home.
After
When it's all cleaned up.
I put on,
My dusting down.
those are fancy words for bathrobe. I feel
Much better.
I'm ready.
For parfait. I tell my says, oh, it's an upside back I love you.
Because?
It means words to say.
Yeah, there isn't a fancier, better way of saying that. The end.